Hey everybody, Lawrence here. Okay, can't get no closer than that. Anyway, working on this EICO 667. One of the first things you want to do is you want to put some protection diodes across the meter, cathode to anode on both of them. I'll show you what I mean. Here's a diagrammy. Let's see if it'll focus. Too close. There we go. That's a lot better. So you got your cathode here and your cathode there, and anode to cathode, your meter coil. And that's how you want to make it. And just to give you a better diagram, what you do is you hook them up like this, and I'm probably too close together. Let's see if that'll focus. Okay, see the silver bar there's your cathode. So you hook this one to here, this one to here, and then you solder it to your meter right there. And it doesn't matter polarity because you got them crossing each other, so there's no polarity. So it don't matter which way it goes in. Just one goes on the positive and one goes on the negative. And that'll protect your meter from overvoltage, so you don't burn the meter movement out. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fix the and make sure which one is the grid. I think it's this one. Yeah, grid. We're going to take and I might have to move the camera back a little bit here. Excuse me while I jiggle you around a little bit. We're going to take, well, I should have just turned the camera off. We're going to take a number 47 lamp right here. Let me get it down where you can see it. Number 47 lamp. And that's going to be like a fuse in the Hickok. We're going to put it across the center of the grid. We want to fix it up so that you don't have any shorts. And that way there, that'll protect that grid control from getting burned out if you have a bad short somewhere and you don't catch it. So we'll do that here in a minute. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're going to put this transformer back here. I can hear the focus jumping around. And remember not to screw all the screws down tight so you get them all. That way there you can make adjustments. One, two, three, Okay, there we go. Got that on there. Now we're going to take, get my stool here. I gotta pay attention to the time because I only get 10 minutes of recording at a time on this way Nikon does it. It's 4 gigabytes is the way they got their file system. Okay, we're gonna move this out of the way. I don't know why that tape is there. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Move that, because we don't want to scorch any of our wires with the slobbering iron. Yep, we're hot. And these tools from Cobalt, they're garbage. Okay, now we got that off. Move you around a little bit. It's having trouble focusing because I moved it around. There we go. I hate the way that the focus moves. I don't want it to move. I want it to stay in the center. Oh well. Hopefully it's in focus where you can see it. Focus jumps around all over the place on these bloody cameras. Hey everybody, I'm back. I want to finish this little project up here. So let's take and get these. Gotta be careful not to hit those wires. Don't want to melt them. Alright, let that cool off for a minute. Okay, now put the heat shrink tubing on here. You could twist them and it would work, but this is just as good. It's a secure connection. Is better than some people. They just lay the two wires together and solder them, and solder is not meant to make a mechanical joint. It's meant to connect two pieces together. The electrical connection is what it's for. Still hot. looking good. Alright. Could use a heat gun. I got one somewhere, but this works just as good. If there was a lot of them, I would change it or use a lighter. Alright, that's that part. Now, to wrap this up in here where it won't be in the way. And I'll be right back. I gotta get some wire ties. Well, there's the octal socket taken out. I'm trying to stand still here. Using a tripod is inconvenient for this. But I got this thing listed on eBay and I had some questions. I thought while I do it, I'd go ahead and finish up this video and change these, the octal socket, the 7-pin and the 9-pin sockets. Even though I wasn't having any trouble, they're the ones that go bad the most. So we'll call it quits for now while I change it, because I'm not going to record all that changing things. Yeah, it's just taking the wires off and putting them back on, and then we'll do some other ones. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm back. I managed to change the 7-pin socket, the 9-pin socket, and the octal socket. I wasn't having any trouble getting it to test the tubes. It wasn't, but it just felt kind of, the 9-pin felt kind of loose, so I changed those three because those are the most common ones. These other tube sockets hardly ever go bad. And then there's the fuse, the number 47 pilot light that's used for a fuse. Of course, up underneath there, I put in the protection diodes to protect the meter, and this protects the bias control, grid bias control, in case there's a shorted tube, so it won't destroy it. And I put some ferrite beads on the 9-pin, hoping that'll fix the problem that 6 DJ8s have. Even Hickox have trouble with that, unfortunately. I got a 533 and it'll test them just right. It tests them fine, but 533As, the 600, 800, and the 605 don't. And I have a 600, 800, and it's not even on the chart because there's so much trouble with it. The fix is supposed to be to put them ferrite beads in there, but it didn't work on mine. But on the forums they said it don't work too much. But I've never had trouble with these other sockets going bad. I've been doing this since I was 13 and I'm 65 now, and 40 years as a certified electronics technician in consumer electronics. So anyway, we're going to turn it over and check some tubes, because I had a bidder that was wanting to know about how accurate this new chart is, because the chart that I have is 7812, if I remember right. I'd have to look it up. And the newest one online is 7511 for the 667. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, first tube up to test is a 6L6. And by the chart, which is the newest one, can't even find this online, it's 77/12, which makes it December 1977. The newest one online is 7511. So 6.3, which I got that set up right there. The grid is 55. Then you go 6, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6, and 2. These are all 1s, 4 and 1. And the plate is 95. And you test it on number 3. So let's see how it does. This one here reads 5,000 on my Hickox, so I know it's good. Okay, so that's a good tube. Now you'll hear it buzz, but it's not it. But a lot of tube testers will buzz. Even my B&K buzzes. a B&K 707. It'll buzz on high power tubes, and the manual tells you it will. Buzzes a little bit. Alright, this here is a brand new tube. This is Sobtech. Let's check and see how it tests. Give it a few minutes to warm up. Let's check the line adjust again. Now we change tubes, so you got to check the line adjust every time you do. Okay, it's good. Let's check the merit on this one. Okay, see, that's a new tube. Reads pretty good, so that the other tube is in pretty good shape. Now you don't want to leave that on too long because you'll actually burn the tubes up. Test it, what they call testing it to death. So we're a little over 110, about 112. Okay, I'm going to set up to test another tube. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to record the last session, so I have to do it over again. I'm getting tired. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I really got to get this done because I've got several people asking me certain questions. Mostly Jeff asked me about how it tested, how accurate the chart was for 12AX7s, EL34, 6L6, 6V6. He didn't say nothing about 6DJ8s, but I know that those tubes are troublesome, so I'm going to go ahead and check those too, because I know that on the Hickox it oscillates. It doesn't oscillate on my B&K 707. It did oscillate when I first had it. When I was first testing it, you could move your hand over it, and it would. You didn't have to touch it. You just bring your hand over, and that damn thing would jump all over the place. Tube socket's good and tight now. Before it would just slip right in. So I'm glad I fixed that, because I'd hate to pay to have it shipped back to me and then fix it and just go ahead and fix it right the first time. Because that wasn't giving me any trouble. I just noticed it. And I said, I better change that. So anyway, we're set up for the first one, and so let's test it. And we're a good tube. That's a good tube. Of course, I knew it was. Now, here's the thing. This row here, let me find my little cheat sheet that I got printed up here. This row going this way is the position. What this goes to. Like number 1 is ground. Number 2 is filament voltage. Number 3 is screen grid voltage. Number 4 is plate. 5 is the grid bias. And 6 is open circuit. So if we look at our tube data sheet here, I hope that focuses. Let me get something to point at. You can see that we've got the first 3 open. Well, actually, yeah, open. 6 is open. It's upside down, but anyway, it's open. So what that's doing is this corresponds to the pin numbers right here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that corresponds to your pin numbers. So we're checking the second triode. So it's opening up these 3. Like number 1 is your plate on the 60DJ8. Number 2 is your grid. And number 3 is the cathode. So we have that all open. And then number 4 and 5 are your filaments. You ground one in, and here's your filament voltage for that. Then this is all part of the second set, the first triode, plus an unused pin, any unused pins, which their pin 9 is unused. It's got a spacer in there. Something, it hooks up to something. But anyway, and then 2 and 2 tells you how to set it up here. So anyway, we do that, and that's how you know that the book is right. Okay, good tube. All right. Now the person that wins the bid on this, if you want, I can put a couple of jacks here on the grid, the plate, voltage, and I can put another jack on here where you can actually measure the plate current. Instead of reading it in percentage, you can actually measure the plate current. That'll help you if you're when you're using a tube book. And I'll do that free. I won't charge you anything, just as long as you understand that there's going to be holes drilled in this thing. I was going to do it at first, and I decided not to because the person that bids on it may not want it modified. So that's up to the person that wins the bid, whether they want it done or not. Okay, now we're going to go do some 12AX7s, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, got 12AX7 here, new old stock. And it's pretty much set up the same as a 6DJ8. It'll be, it's 67 on the grid, 35 on the plate, 666, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 6, all ones, 1 and 4 here. And you test it on 6 just like you do the 6DJ8. And it says a tube is good if it's over 60, so that tube is excellent. Which it is, it's a new tube, so it will be. And it's same settings except for we got to take the tube out now because we're going to change something here. And I forgot to do the line voltage. So let's do that again. Line voltage is a little high. I wish the focus would quit jumping around, but I ain't got time to fool with that. And we'll retest it. Still good, over 60. Okay. But you can see how big a difference just that little bit in line voltage, how high it read that tube. Okay, now we'll take the tube out. Reset everything here. Don't really have to reset that one. Okay, everything else stays the same. 12AX7. The first triode is all the set except for 4. Almost the same as 6DJ8. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 6 and 6. 6 and 6. All ones. Same here, 1 and 4. Let's put the tube in and see how it tests. See, all the other excuse me, all the other charts got it all boogered. It has different bias voltage and plate voltage, and it should be the same. And check the line voltage. I got to set it back up. It's a little low. There. Oh, I forgot number 1. I'm really tired. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing this all day, working on this thing, making sure it was right. And we're good. Anything over 60. So it doesn't read real low like the other ones. It's really good. It's really testing well. And so that's that. There's a good 12AX7. Alright, I'll go get some more tubes. I'll be back in a minute. Hey everybody, I'm back. Well, I reviewed the video and I could hear that focus motor through the camera. One of these, I've got to get the money up and buy me a wireless mic, so that thing doesn't make all that racket. Right now I put the camera in manual. Hopefully it's focused well. I can't hardly see the screen well enough that with my eyeballs to make sure it's focused well, but it's real annoying to listen to that all over the place. But anyway, back to testing a tube. This time we're doing a 6B6, because that was one of the tubes the guy asked me about. And so we got the grid at 40, and we set 6, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6, 2. These are all 1s, 4 and 5. Tested on 3. So we put the merit. First thing to do is check the line, make sure it's good. It's just a touch high. Good. Now we'll check the merit. And it's good, just like my Hickok says it is. So this tube test is good to go. And the book is right so far. It hasn't had any mistakes. Of course, I can't check every tube. It would take me too long, and I got to get this video online, and so that people can see it. Y'all have a great day. 7-3 KF4H&F, Lawrence here.